Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. I apologize for the shower hair and the nighttime lighting, but it's November. It's already November 10th, and I have yet to do my vlog intro for our Mending Hearts November book club picks. Life is about to get wild for me. We're coming upon finals. Thanksgiving is coming up. Life just gets very busy around the holidays, and I cannot wait to be done with school for a couple of weeks. I do not anticipate reading a ton in November. I just finished my first book of the month. That was another arc that I needed to read for another commitment that I had made. But my next two reads are going to be our Mending Hearts picks because, one, I'm a co-host of this book club and I need to finish them before the end of the month, and I don't really have any other reasons that these are my next reads, minus the fact that I don't think I'll probably read much aside from these two books this month. So here I am introducing this vlog so that I could hopefully start the first book tonight at least. But our Mending Hearts book club pick for November is Eat You Alive by Eden O'Neill and Eat Your Heart Out, which is a duet in the Core Legacy series. All I know about this one so far is that it's fake dating, it's college romance. I think he hates her or she hates him, or maybe they both hate each other, I don't know. But for some reason, fake dating is the best option for them wherever they are at school. And I'm hoping that it's very spicy. I just came off of a very spicy romance and I'm itching for more already. So other than that, I have no idea. I'll probably just go ahead and update y'all every 50% of the way since I have one book and two books to read. I'll give y'all a full synopsis once I get to 50% of the way through the first book. Thankfully, the first book is only 300-ish pages. Book 2 is closer to 500, which will probably be a little bit tough, but I think if I just concentrate and make time to do both schoolwork and like focus on schoolwork, I can also make some time for reading as long as I'm just productive and manage my time well. So not sure when I'll get to 50% of the way through Eat You Alive. Whenever I do, I'll update y'all. I'm starting this vlog early. I'm starting these books a little bit earlier than I have started our book club picks in the past couple months to hopefully finish them before the end of the month, before the last day of the month. But we will see. I feel like it's going to be a pretty quick read. The chapters are not super long, which is nice. And I think there's somebody in the book club who's already started and is like flying through the first book. So hopefully it's the same case for me, but we will see. That's all that I have for right now. It's late here. I need to go to bed, but I'm going to try to start this one first. I will tab it. Probably will not annotate it, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll go ahead and update y'all whenever I get to 50% of Eat You Alive by Eden O'Neill. I decided to spontaneously give myself bangs over the weekend, and I can't tell if I like them or not quite yet. But hello y'all, I made it last night to the 50% mark in Eat You Alive, and I must say this book is very addicting. I have read the first 50%, the first 177 pages in 2 sittings. I split it into 25% and then 25% and was very easily able to sit down and binge this book as I have made a little bit of time for it. I am very much enjoying it so far. It is about Wolf and Fawn, who are in a fake relationship. Wolf kind of has blackmailed Fawn, not kind of, has blackmailed Fawn into fake dating him because he needs somebody to make him seem stable so that people will back off of him, and Fawn has some stuff in her past that Wolf is holding over her head. So they don't like each other, or she pretty much hates him. I think he is already falling for her, just is not willing to admit it yet. And he's very rude to her as well. They're just kind of mean to each other, and it's great. This does take place at a university where Wolf is known as Legacy, so like him and his family and his friend group are all very popular and well known at this university and in this area. Their parents are all very wealthy, but Wolf, something happened to him last year. We don't know a ton of details yet, minus like just in general what it was, but it was really scary and it affected him and his family and potentially his life, and he's trying to come back from that and again keep people from like being on top of him all the time, worried about his well-being. So Right now, Fawn is just a chess piece in that game, and they don't like each other, but I think soon maybe they will begin to like each other for real. But the attraction is there, and they both admit to themselves that they have feelings, or like that they have chemistry with the other person, but like no like I like you or I have a crush on you or I love yous yet. Of course, not that I would expect that within the first 50% of a first book of a duet. So I'll be curious to see how this one ends and what it means for the second book. But so far I'm enjoying it. I can't complain. I do have a lot of tabs in it so far. They're beautiful. I don't have a ton of annotations. I wasn't planning to underline anything, but there have been a couple of lines where I've just had to. I've had to do it. So yeah, that's 50% of this one. My goal is to finish it this weekend and hopefully binge book 2 over the weekend as well. I don't have any plans this weekend minus book club. So my goal is to focus on reading and a presentation that I have for school. And I would love to binge this duet and get it done this weekend, because that would be the earliest that I've gotten a book club pick done for the first time in months. So that would be very exciting. But I'll hop back in here probably on Friday in a few days. It's Tuesday right now, with an update, a completed update. Hopefully my heart is not broken at the end, but thankfully if it is broken, at least I can dive straight into book 2 in this duet. So I'll update y'all whenever I get to the end of the book. I finished reading Eat You Alive while I was at work today, and the ending truly had me shocked. But I didn't read the bonus chapter at the very end, but like once I first finished the book. So I missed a huge thing that I read on my way home from work on audio while I was sitting in traffic. And even more so, like my mind is just blown. And I actually laughed out loud in the car because the connection that was made between two characters in this book shocked me in a way that I just had to laugh, but like in a good way. I gave this book 4 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I am scared for Eat Your Heart Out, but thankfully I already have the second book and I can dive right into it this weekend is my goal. It is quite a bit thicker than the first book, but I read the first book so quickly in this duet that I think I'll be able to read through Eat Your Heart Out pretty quickly as well, is my intention. I am diving into finals and having to prep for those, but I do think that this weekend will be like my last free weekend where I have homework to do, but not like an overwhelming amount. So I do plan to binge Eat Your Heart Out and hopefully maybe finish it by Sunday. If not by Sunday, then definitely before Thanksgiving. Yeah, the first book was wild. I really enjoyed it. It was very dramatic and the writing isn't my favorite. Like there weren't a ton of quotes that I was feeling between the characters, and some of the chemistry did feel a little bit stilted, but it was fun. It was fast. It was addicting. And I had to give it 4 stars. So I have high hopes for book 2 in this duet, and hopefully it just gets even better and the drama is even more ramped up in the second one, as well as the spice. As you all know, I love that in my romances, but we will see. I'm excited, I'm nervous, but I think it's going to be a wild ride. And hopefully I will be back sometime this weekend with another update, and hopefully I'll get some b-roll in between there. I plan to do a whole weekend reading vlog / homework vlog this weekend. It's Friday, so I'm gonna start that next, and hopefully I will be able to get some good clips in between right now and reaching 50% of Eat Your Heart Out.
Sleep ghost haunts me every single night. From afar they turn to shooting stars. Hold me tight, 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 tight. All the darkest secrets I have violently thrown at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, overboard and take the weight off my shoulders.
I'm not quite 50% of the way through this book, but I plan to get to 50% tonight. It's already dark outside and I wanted to do my vlog update before I got too tired and got ready for bed and things like that. It's only 5:30 by the way, but man, the fact that the sun sets so early now makes it so hard for me to like stay up past 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and it's so bad. But it is Saturday. My last update would have been yesterday, and I am already 200 pages into Eat Your Heart Out. This book is almost 500 pages, so I'm getting close to 50%. My goal is to finish it up by tomorrow. I am honestly so addicted to it at this point. The first book was good. It was dramatic, and once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. I know that other people in the book club aren't loving it, and I understand why. But this second book is so good. Like my heart is like hurting at times, and I just want the best for these characters, and I need to know like their full stories, because there's still so much I feel like we're missing out on about their pasts that are still being kept a secret on purpose. But I want to know, and my heart hurts, and I want them to have a happy ending within the next 300 pages. So far I'm really enjoying it. We're still going back and forth between Fawn's POV and Wolf's POV. But we also have Brew in this book, who is Wolf's adopted brother. It's not a secret in the first book, but he's not really around until the second book. So you also get his POV, because him and Fawn are friends, and Fawn and Wolf are not friends. So I'm curious to see how the brother's POV ends up playing a role in this, if anything, or if it's just to like show a different side of Fawn and a different side to Wolf's family, like a different perspective of Wolf and his family, because Brew is very different from Wolf. Or like, is she gonna get with both brothers at some point? Like, I don't know what to expect. I'm scared, but like also excited. And I want her kind of be with both of the brothers, but you know, it's fine. Wolf is really starting to grow on me. I feel like he's starting to accept some of these feelings that he's been like keeping locked up inside of him. So I'm nervous to see how he goes about sharing those feelings with Fawn whenever he mans up and does so. But she's also shutting him out so hard at this point that I don't know how they're going to get their resolution. But thankfully I still have 300 pages left, so it should all work out in the end, hopefully. I've got lots of tabs as per usual. I'm having a good time with this one, and it's reading really quickly now that I'm into it, and I hope I can finish it up this weekend. But I will update y'all one final time with my wrap up. I'll share content warnings, overall rating on this duet. Will I read other books in this series eventually? We'll talk about all that and my final update. I came home for Thanksgiving and 100% forgot to bring the November book club picks, the books, to close this vlog. But it's fine, we can do it without them. But I did end up finishing Eat Your Heart Out a couple of days ago, and I gave it 5 stars. I was crying during this book. I was mad during this book. I was laughing. This book made me feel all of the emotions. I feel as though the first book was fun, for me at least, and it was dramatic and it was interesting, but the second book is where the characters actually grew into who they're supposed to be and who they really are, and where the depths of their relationship like was really able to be captured because of everything that they went through, and I just loved it. Fawn is not my favorite female main character, but Wolf is just chef's kiss. I have grown to really love him in his 700-ish page journey with Fawn, and I feel as though like the man he was at the end of Eat Your Heart Out is like who he's been all along. He was just suppressing that for different reasons in his life, and I just thought that it was so beautiful. So 5 stars to that book, 4 stars to Eat You Alive, 5 stars to Eat Your Heart Out. I absolutely loved it and already want to continue reading this series to read more about the different characters. There are 3 other books out right now that take place before Wolf and Fawn's story, so I might go back and read them because I think they're going to be super good. I just need to like not buy books quite right now, but I would love to have them like in my physical collection just because I loved the other 2 books that I just read in this series so much. I want to annotate them and tab them as well, but we will see. Maybe I'll just end up bringing them on my Kindle and be a good Kindle Unlimited girly. But yeah, truly a success. One of my favorite books. One of these books was one of my favorites for the book club so far this year. I say so far even though we only have 1 month left of the year, but truly so good. Like I was a mess while reading it, and I read it so quickly, so I can't complain about that. But our December pick is 9 Days. This is a hockey romance. It's supposed to be super sad, but super good. It is my birthday month in December, so I picked this book out. It's about this girl who doesn't want to live anymore, and this hockey player finds her journal in the hockey arena and is determined to change her mind. So that's what that romance is about. I think it's going to be really sad, but also really good, and I'm excited to get to it. I will have all the content warnings for Eat You Alive and Eat Your Heart Out in the description down below. I have already forgotten a lot of them, I'm sure, because it's been 3 days and you know how it goes. But I'll have those in the description down below. If you want to join our book club for December or are thinking about reading some romance, feel free to join our Discord and our Instagram. Both are linked in the description down below as well. That's all that I have for this vlog, December vlog. This is the earliest I've gotten our Mending Hearts book club vlogs done in the past like 4 or 5 months, so I'm very proud of myself. But that's all that I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.